and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we're gonna go and climb Devil's Peak, see what's going on. Manties.
Muting volume now.
Please do.
They're in my sight.
Showered with prejudice. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
All right. Oh no, I remember this. This character's a lot more powerful than the other one. That was a lot trickier.
Love to get my hands on whatever did that.
Yeah. Weston Sloan. There's gotta be a way to get to him. But this path is not a good one. These mines I can't see.
This area has been sanitized.
It's so gross looking. Oh, bad news is I'm running out of ammo. Good news is I found a much better gun.
Please, you don't have to do this. Just let us down from here. The humidity is really uncomfortable.
Please,
Don't mess with
and
us.
ready to kill germs.
Look, I didn't mean what I said about your outfit. It's very fashionable, I swear.
No, detected. What's that noise?
You gotta teach me that.
I imagine when they put him into the pod, it was like a Demolition Man situation where like he's supposed to do this, and then they like teach him all this other like stuff. Talking about the main character, by the way.
sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
He reminds me of Core so much. I love him. Wow, what is it with me with killer robots? That are like friendly, but in like a murderous way, but like they're like loyal as heck to the guy they follow. But like their enemies are totally screwed. What the hell? Like, I love HK-47. I love Sam. I made a character named Core for a Star Wars game. It's a long story. That particular one, it's a long story. But the door was locked. Yeah. Yeah. What the heck? But there's got to be a way to get to the Ow. I wonder. Oh, I mean, obviously that's not gonna work. I am probably very lost. But I'm okay with that.
Preparing to neutralize and sanitize. Mega massive.
Nailed him, Captain! That's the last of him.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna give her the corrosion weapon. I'm definitely gonna give her that. Oh wait, where'd the sweet loot go? Can't forget that sweet loot. Yeah, I'm probably lost. That's fine though. I'm a strong, independent adventurer. Ooh, crossroads. And I don't need... And that means I'm getting pretty close because the road has to go up that way. I'm not lost at all. I just gotta take a little bit of a roundabout way. But I do need to... When in doubt, just fire wildly into the sky.
Damn units, you never lay down on the job.
the shotgun. Okay. It's an ugly bastard, ain't it? Beautifully detailed, though. I love the amount of detail in these things. Well thought out anatomy. Really well thought out anatomy. Some of the more outlandish stuff gets kind of weird, obviously. But it's fucking beautiful is what it is. What is this? Oh, that's the relay station. And there's things there that want us dead that I don't want to deal with right now. Because I am really running out of applicable, oh god, ammo. And I want to make sure that I have enough ammo for stuff like this.
Resuming passive mode.
Yeah, because this is the only ammo type that can really punch a dent in these guys. So, at least with the weapons that I carry, because this gun's really, really good, but they don't take damage from plasma. I'm going to try and get a lot more run and gunny until I have enough heavy ammo to get back into cover shooter type. More distance, medium range. And I remember that being a path to go, but that'll cut me. To be honest, I'm not super worried about these guys.
Sam's on the job.
crap, I'm over encumbered. But I'm so close to the objective. By 30. And let's just see for comparison. It's worth 11 with weight of 2. Mods have a weight, but it's really light. It's 64. Yeah, I really do think it's the excessive amounts of purple berry crunch and raptidon meat. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Nice work. You should check in with my crew.
You got a real talent for murder, stranger. This station's under the protection. You ought to talk to my crew. They're See that path that runs underneath? You mean the one still inside?
I really don't care about your nonsense.
You may not realize this being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown. Which means you can't ever get to it. So leave already.
Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Yeah, I probably should have went and teleported. I'm gonna go. Oh wait, no, there's a station. I can sell stuff. Yeah, boyo. Keeping that 'cause it's awesome. So, like, raptidon meat. Like anything with an excessive quantity. Now, do you have any mods? Don't care about that. Must be in the upper levels.
You out there, whoever you are, yes, yes, I can see you. Come here and talk to me, face to intercom.
What up?
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What an... Nice and coherent. Good. Take it you're not with the Marauders then. By the hand of fate and my own cunning skill, the Marauders may have other plans. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I have need... You're here, and you're... I barricaded the broadcast center, but they destroyed the... Too many, considering already... Aside from the...
I am all of 5 fucking things away. Well, that's fine.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready.
Oh, you said my right. Hey. Breach and clear.
Resuming passive mode.
I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting a bit more fight. I was expecting a lot more fight, actually, now that I mention it. That's so gross. That's really gross. I'm just I'm just not going to comment on that. Oh. I didn't think about that. I could have blasted these ears out depending on where he's being. Really didn't think that one through, did I? Oh well. Oh well.
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. You'll hurry on it.
Or I might have just killed everybody around the door.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but this ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, allow me to pose my question in another manner. That is the primary goal behind locking my... Phineas must have sent you. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking.
Careful, I know that line.
SAM units never need longer than necessary to complete the job. Quick, quiet, and efficient, Sam sees it done.
You are not
I
quiet.
take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me
Why is that?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission but MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions. Exactly what I was thinking. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming... Amber Heights is one of the... Graham Bryant and the Iconoclasts there. My former partner, Sanjar, transmits from his office in MSI's... Don't let him try to fool you. While his messages might seem like gibberish, they are in reality coded business orders. I understand why he needs the bandwidth, but we had a deal and he... No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. The safest bet is to You do that, luck be with you. Is that a Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try. We'll call it an exchange. Ask. What? No. Why would I go out of my way? Now, if you wanted me to... There are so many. If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status. Exactly. Look, they are a curious lot. You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet, if MSI were the only corporation here. Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing. But MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here. Precisely. Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate exec. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray. Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friend. Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll not, for Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him. He's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died. I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information. The execs had their concerns, but before... Not much. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, well, that's a wrap to... There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am...
Because I'm really mad I couldn't get that door open. Oh, but I only need 80 to trigger the next. And now I'll take the one that'll allow me to, I mean, that won't matter if I can't fast travel. It doesn't matter how much I can carry as long as I have the other ones. All those other perks are basically obsolete. Because, like, unless I'm in a load zone, but they're not terribly big either. Like, I can dump stuff when I'm in a load zone. There's also typically a Salinger at a load zone. Okay. I'm going to convince him to shut off his broadcast. And then convince the other guy to shut off his broadcast. I've helped them both enough. And then I'm going to try and do my corporate ploy. See what happens. See if it'll let me do it. At that I'm going to record, but it's going to be under a different save, friend. Just in case things don't end up right.
Stop. No. They can't be everywhere at once. Spreading the truth and saving the colony is paramount. I will not stop. However, perhaps we can do that more effectively with the printing press. Why have...
Alright, that's done. Alright.
Be careful with your new friends in Amber Heights. And you think we're the problem? It isn't easy keeping a town like My, it's warm in.
What he means to say is that we won't need that frequency once we're able to get Emma.
And the first step is.
Alright, so I gotta do those. Well. In that case, I'm going to the unreliable. Because if I can cut the head off the snake, I won't need.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge? Thinking of tinkering at the workbench? I used to love watching Alex work. Now I like watching you.
Well, no, you said for me to talk to Pavardi.
So my dad, he told me, "Would you let that boy push you around?" So I hit him with the wrench, right? Ooh, Dad was mad. Guess he wanted me to use my words. Not that I ever been good with those. Grounded me for a week. Wanna know a secret, Sam? It was worth it. Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big.
Sure, what do you need?
I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship.
Okay. Bold move. Okay.
I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. Smell like sweat most days, and, well, don't look too close to my fingernails. I was thinking... I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. Anyhow,
I mean, I'm gonna dock there anyway. I gotta go talk to Gladys.
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error. Refill printer paper. Thank you. Customer, Sam. We guarantee it's the only sanitation and maintenance unit you'll ever need.
Sam, where'd you come from?
All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box.
No, I meant, I want to know more about you.
Did you know SAM units are capable of equipping regulation-grade flamethrower nozzles? Upgrade your attachment today and get to firing away.
I want to do that so much. I fucking want to do that so badly. But anyway, what do you say, Sam? You want to help me clean up this colony?
Stubborn stains. Leave them for Sam.
Cool. Back to work, Sam. Cool. Well, cool. That was a conversation.
Welcome back, Captain. How?
I mean to ask you.
What's that?
Do you have a favorite amongst the crew? It's me, right?
Define favorite.
Someone you like the most.
I see. In that case, my favorite is Sam.
Are you keeping any secrets
What
from
do
me?
you mean? Do you have any examples? Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and it doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning. Although, if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me. Thank you for. I have been keeping a secret as well. I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know. What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify in. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the. How did you guess, Captain? Did Sam tell you? I should have known better.
Well, you can't do that as just a ship. Unless... Oh, God. I just had a thought of her taking over Sam's body. That would be terrifying. Wouldn't it? Or, like, uploading herself into the groundbreaker. Outfit that baby with some weapons.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Could I have a word with you, Captain?
No. I'm half hell-bent to kick you off the damn ship. Oh, only 2. Alright, well, I feel like you two will butt heads. And I want to get Pavarti a better weapon. Actually, it's a pretty decent weapon. Never mind. I'm pretty sure that the companion's the person that I basically said, no, I don't want your help. I'm going to scale the mountain all on myself. Just because I knew that I could. Like, I had nothing to do with her or anything. It was just, I knew that I could scale the frickin' mountain all by myself. Still, those threat markers.
It's almost time for today's episode.
I don't care. I want the board seal. But first, my engineer is looking to do some deep cleansing once we impress Chief Jen Lee.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Anti-Cleo. High-grade shampoo and conditioner. Scrubby brush. A nice lotion, that sort of...
What's the scrub?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such. Me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot...
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering... Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could
Take your time, dear. I'll just wrap that up for you.
I'll pay for that, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Anyway, seal.
Ain't that peachy? And anytime.
Now authorize me.
Do you have it? You know? Oh my... Now, I just have to apply the seal here. Son, those authorization forms will let you speak with Sophia when you arrive. Best of luck to you. How do you do? You refer to the radiator, Chief Tennyson. I owe you a debt then. Deplorable conduct. My superior...
She did everything she could.
Oh, sweetie. I don't... I'm sorry, my temper got away from...
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry.
Well, now... A luxury stateroom. Oh, good. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on ground. Oh, good.
I'm very curious. Does he count as bored or unreliable? He counts as bored. Oh, that's so... Well. It begins. Holy shit. So it begins. And those guys are supposed to be really good, so I'm feeling really confident about this. That was... Alrighty, datey. Admin functions. Oh. Messages. Correspondence. From Hawthorne. From Bedford to Hawthorne. Subject, the noble space rat. My dear Alex, I've stumbled across the most incredible discovery. Have you ever tasted Spratwurst? They set up a stolder embassy. Haven't you heard? While I shan't design to step outside and explore the culinary frontier myself. I sent an armed guard to procure one for my enjoyment. Taste defies description. Meaty, chewy mouthfeel of gristled autumn leaves in the range. Available gourmet dish. Western confounds my exotic confounds. So your beautiful parts back to the grand delight. Indulge yourself in the fruit of noble space rat. On toast to achievements of our fellow colonists, yours entirely, Bedford from Tennyson. I cry my passion. Listen, you little shit. Last time I made an appointment, you avoided me until I had to beat the door down. What do you even do there all day? I know your schedule's empty. I have admin access to the terminal network. What I don't have is the luxury of time to waste. Get me access to those radiator parts. If you don't, I know where I can start venting the excess heat. And then, reaffirm. I'm informed you assaulted... I would lower my vernacular to rephrase you slugged a member of my personal guard, all because they would not grant you access to Byzantium's embassy. In the future, you may make an appointment with me directly, or you intimidate by my station in society. Perfectly understandable, given your experience as a leader. Please don't allow such references to the light of my dear chief, and please keep in mind it takes a common measure to prevent a large organization. These trade terms are ably by leaders of like reason. You should strive to emulate them. Mercande, debt collection. You need to collect Jesse Doyle's outstanding debt, or you can join the ranks of the unemployed. Too much responsibility. For more. Dick. Maintenance requests. Tennyson. I got your urgent request for some very reliable temperature control. You can fix that yourself by giving me the radar parts I need, or you can sweat it out like the rest of us. I'm closing out this request. Don't open another. 2GB support. Water maintenance when? Well, as I said, this is going to be interesting. I've never been back here. Well, that's just his bedroom.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt the regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
This is gonna.
All finals are scheduled to air soon.
Sprats are the #1 spreader of Viles disease, and as such are some of the most reviled creatures in the Halcyon system. Got a sprat problem? Sam is licensed to kill, literally.
I love you, Sam. I love you so much. Hey, man. I got no problem stealing this crap. Fucking cowards. Absolute fucking cowards.
Wow. Byzantium. I guess
Gentlemen.
that'll be pretty crowded. Wow. Byzantium. I guess that'll be pretty crowded.
Oh, she wants to talk to me. Oh.
Groundbreaker's safe from... He seems like a nice... Yeah, but... I mean, sure. That's... I hope his fancy... Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these in her messages. Junlei said her mama used to make this dish from... And then for dessert, there's a thing called, there's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia. Thanks, Cap.
No, Cascadia is a rotting hellhole. You know that. We've been there. What do we... What? Ah. But... I'm gonna make...
Your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
So... I'm going to... Save the game again.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
I need to have
The
a...
crossfire if you meddle with those two. Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked... Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Which brings us to where we... See, I'm original... Yeah. And... Great! If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stain. Oh, and Help yourself to the good. Just know that I've got. I admire your grit, but some wounds don't heal. And I say that as someone who's plugged a few severed aortas. Ginger Chops and the Pencil Pusher. By all accounts, Sanjar and Graham have been at each other's throats for years, digging... Well, they've kept it going this long, haven't they? I try to save my captain a headache when I can. You... Hey, I'm the doctor here. That... Anyway, I can take... any...
I'm sorry, but I'm here to wreck the place. Pavarti probably won't like it either. Max sure as hell won't. Felix is too untested. We're here to test something. This whole little part of this is a test to see if I can get access.
Not so fast.
Oh.
All right, you're cleared. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
Yeah, this opulence is nonsense, while the rest of the world below rots. I mean, this is the same damn planet that Spacer's Choice is on, that Edgewater's on. And here's my question. That's locked. He's just at the desk, so there's no terminal to access. That's sealed. Minister's HCC access card. Well, I did save. So, let's do this the proper way.
I see you haven't been shot to pieces. Of course. Madam Adjutant.
No, thank you, Percival. Yes, I've been reading all about you. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. You walked through Edgewater, and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. Anyone with eyes can see that your I happen to like men with a working spine. I have a job for you. Rachel Lockwood. Lockwood has... I'll tell... It isn't as if we're executing Lockwood for mislabeling a river on him. The nature of Lockwood's... The board has a lot. Let's not mince words. I know. Don't...
I don't have time. Actually, one of these only required 100 out of 100. And I can respec to do that specifically. Okay, can I teleport? I can teleport. Okay.
Back for a rest? Space adventuring is tiring work.
Wrong thingy. Righty-dighty.
Want to be a brand new...
Yep, I'll spend the bits. Alright, now I can access everything, which is what I wanted. Right, and then I get 10 more points, which... Method attack. And perks don't really matter that much, but do that, that. That. Reduce loss. Charge rate. Health restored. Bonus weak shot damage. Vendor buying price. And restored per kill. Oh, that also resets theirs. Okay.
Ryu, try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
All right. See, Make the Power's good, but it's not that good. You ready for a fourth blast, Sam? I have absolutely no idea what's behind that door, but I'm going to find out. Meeting room. But it doesn't help me. Why was this locked behind an 100 quality lock? It's just a wine cellar. Okay. Huh. And then that's sealed. But they should probably have the ID card. One of these individuals should. Or maybe it's... No, it's just booze and cigarettes. Nothing here. That was a waste of a respec. Well, I'm just gonna walk here.
locate a decaying body in the area.
That was a good way to die. But I will load my save at Puppet Masters. Because I know I don't need to respec.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
You're gonna get hit in the crossfire if you meddle with those two.
Alright. Let's do this.
Muting volume now.
That corrosion does way more damage to these guys.
Toxin neutralized.
Bearing that in mind.
Cycle complete.
Oh yeah, it's way better.
Sam cleans it up.
Now, let's see if you can legitimately do this raid on the board. I'm gonna find out. Oh, fuck, it's sealed. Shit. Fuck, you may not be able to. I may have to do it. I may have to fucking do it. Yeah, because they're not going to let you in if you just started out. Alright, so this should be before... Nope, that was after I killed everyone. Alright, so here's my devious plan.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Can we talk?
What happens if I do the things?
Not so fast. All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expected.
I will say they're smart for not trusting me. All plan on coming here is just to kill these bastards. Now, here's my question. What happens if I do
Muting volume.
this? Where's the one that gives me... That's just health regen. I want that, and I want... that. That almost worked. That literally almost worked. That's terrifying that that almost worked. And on hard too. Okay. Is it thermal plating green? That's a good one.
Got the trap. Toxin neutralized. Please deposit your entrails into an appropriate waste receptacle.
He shotgunned me, and I had the wrong one equipped. If I had the correct one equipped, that would have been a lot better. What did I do? Well, I didn't stay in one spot. Alright, if I'm gonna do this, I have to pick a decent spot. One where I'm not gonna immediately get pecked away.
Body bag.
I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. Because I know I have something. I had it down to 4 people. 4 people. I can do this shit. That's what this tells me. Is that I can legitimately. I can do this shit. Whew, just requires a little bit of planning. It's those melee weapons. Honestly, I might just take another companion. That would be all I need. It's one more body to distract. One more body, one more gun.
Scoured with prejudice. Disclaimer. To provide medical aid.
I got stuck.
You're not worth the paperwork.
I don't even know if this will work. That's the thing. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I'm gonna end the video here, and if it because if it does work, then I have to do it again. That's the thing. And I don't want to do this again.
Ready to counselor. Preparing body bags for you.
That was just bad.
Your execution.
Right. Okay. I could definitely do it. That's the good news. The bad news is that doesn't help me actually get there. And need a Minister HHC card, which I don't have access to. So, that is clever. That is really clever from a developer standpoint. You have it set up so that way there are no essential NPCs, but you can't get to the essential NPCs. That's really clever. But it's not clever enough. With that, we're going to call it quits. I'm going to reload to the save before all of that. Actually, no, because I do legitimately need I'm gonna figure out if I can break this game. So I'm gonna resave over that one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna figure this out because I know I can. Now that I know I can do that, where I'm at the current point in the game. Anyway, I'll talk about it next time. I'll see you guys.